So this weekend is the semi-finals of the Champions Cup. I cannot wait. We have got two English sides left in. We've got one Irish side and one French side. Now, according to the bookmakers, absolutely no point in the English sides turning up. I think Leinster are 8-1 on to win, and Toulouse are 20-1 on to win. Um, but I think it's going to be a little bit closer than that. But yeah, what do you reckon? Do you think Harlequins can continue their red hot form on French soil this season? And do you think Leinster at a packed out Croke Park is just going to be way too much for Saints? But yeah, let me know what you think. I think the first thing to say is we have got four very attacking sides in these semi-finals. So I think we're going to be looking at a couple of belters in terms of the fixtures, and I think a couple of tri-fests as well. But let's start by taking a look at the Sunday match, which is Quins travelling to Toulouse. This game is going to be taking place at Toulouse Football Ground, so there will be 30,000 people there. Complete sellout already. To be honest, I would probably agree with the bookmakers, and I really wouldn't give Quins a hope against Toulouse in Toulouse. However, that's exactly what I said in their matchup against Bordeaux in the quarterfinals, and they very much proved me wrong there. And you know, Quins have got good form in France this season. They beat Racing earlier in the Champions Cup, so you know they're looking good from that perspective. They're coming off a good, strong victory against Northampton in the Premiership just last weekend. Big match played at Twickenham. You know, sort of 50, 60,000 people there. So I would imagine Quins are feeling quite buoyant for this. Um, but what I would say is they have already faced Toulouse this season. I think it was about a week or so before Christmas, and Toulouse ran out. I think it was 47-19 winners at the Stoop. So they've already had their match up against Toulouse and been soundly beaten. But yeah, it'd be fascinating to see how this one goes. But I think for Quins to have any chance, they're going to have to score a lot of points. I think they're going to have to put on at least 35 points on Toulouse to give themselves a chance. Because so far this season, Toulouse have been red hot in the Cup, and they've been pretty good in the league as well. I mean, in terms of the Champions Cup stats at the moment, they are the top team on tries, top team on points, top team on clean breaks, also meters made. They've also got three of their players are in the top five players for the most offloads. So who is it? I think we've got Dupont, Miafoa, and Aki all in the top five there. If Quins have an edge anywhere, I think it's potentially in the scrum and potentially at the ruck, winning turnovers. Um, they need their back three to be in tip top form, and to be fair, they've all been playing well this season. I mean, in particular, Will Evans has been a giant for Quins in the Champions Cup. He's got the most tackles of any player. I think it's 91 tackles, which is something like 16 more than the next player. I might have that wrong, but it's something like that. And also with turnovers, he's won 12 turnovers. The next nearest person is 9. So he's looking in good form, and I think it's just going to be a fascinating matchup between Will Evans and Jack Willis in that ruck place. You know, who's going to be the king of the turnovers come Sunday? So yeah, really looking forward to seeing how that goes. So as far as I'm concerned, this is ding dong. It's game on. It's going to be a fantastic match. But having said that, and as much as I'm looking forward to it, I do think Toulouse, with their free flowing play in Toulouse, backed by another 10,000 supporters more than normal, will just be a little bit too much for Quins. Now, I could be wrong. I was previously. But yeah, I definitely see Toulouse winning this one by more than 12. But you know, whether Quins win, whether they lose, they have had a fantastic season in the Champions Cup, and they've gone to sort of uncharted waters. Quins have never got through to a European Champions Cup semi-final before, whilst they're up against the sort of creme de la creme of European rugby against the five-time winners Toulouse. But yeah, so I'm predicting a Toulouse win, not an easy win, but I think it will be a reasonably comprehensive win in the end. As ever, absolutely love to know what you think. So please do let me know in the comments how you think this one's going to go. Let me know what you're thinking about these games. And while you're there, it would be very much appreciated if you could give me a like or subscribe. You know, any support you can give the channel would be great. Trying to reach as many rugby supporters as possible. And if this weekend of rugby doesn't get people excited, I'm not too sure there are many other weekends of rugby better than this one. So let's move on to the Saturday game. So we've got Northampton Saints going down to Croke Park in Dublin to face the mighty Leinster, the four times winners. And it's a sold out crowd at the Croke Park. 82,000 people are going to be there. And I just think that is absolutely tremendous for Club Rugby. So, yeah, should be a real spectacle. Now, interestingly, going into this game, um, both teams have had a little bit of a minor loss of form. Um, Leinster have had back-to-back games in the URC down in South Africa, and they've got turned over for fairly comprehensive, heavy defeats against both Lions and the Stormers, albeit they were sort of not sending their stars. They were kept at home. I think they're being kept on ice very much for this match. And equally, Saints lost away to Harlequins, the other semi-finalists at the weekend. They went down, I think it was 42-31. Now, they did have a pretty fully loaded side. So I'd imagine they'll have a slightly more concerns than, say, Leinster about recent form. But either way, I don't think it's going to have a massive impact on this game. I think both teams will be absolutely up for it and fully focused on what's ahead of them. And if we look at things from a historical point of view, very much things are on the side of Leinster. They have won the last three games between these two teams. A couple of those results were pretty comprehensive. They're also bolstered by the news of Gary Ringrose and Jimmy O'Brien are both available for selection, although I think Hugo Keenan could be missing again. Whereas Saints have got some potentially very difficult injury problems. At the moment, I think both Ludlam and Slightholme are injury doubts for different reasons coming into this game. So, yeah, if Saints go into that match without their captain and without the top try scorer in the Premiership, I think that makes it potentially a very difficult day for them. And I think it's going to be a difficult day for a couple of reasons. Firstly, if you look at how well Leinster just dispatched La Rochelle in the quarterfinals, um, they were completely dominating La Rochelle in all departments, but in particular down at the breakdown and also just the ferocity of their defensive line. And I think they're going to get on top of Northampton in those aspects as well. I think if Leinster had anything to worry about, it's just Northampton's ability to score tries from nothing. The amount of times they kind of break out of their own 22, get the ball wide very quickly, and they've just gone, and score try after try like that. So, containing them in the same way as they did, Leinster containing Northampton in the same way as they did against La Rochelle, I think it's gonna be a different game. There's not going to be that barrage of forwards just carrying ball upon ball. But yeah, it's going to be an absolutely fascinating spectacle. And for me, I think the key positions really for both teams is going to sit in those 9 and 10s. I mean, both Gibson Park and Mitchell at scrum half, both brilliant at moving the ball really quickly and both brilliant with their support lines as well. So it'll be fascinating to see how those two match up. Taking all of those factors in, potential injury misses, potential dominance of the Leinster pack over the Northampton pack, I'm seeing this one as a Leinster win. I'm also seeing it as a really high scoring game. I think the ball will be flying about, and I think we're going to see a real load of tries, which I am really looking forward to. But I just think this is where Northampton's European Champions Cup run will come to an end because I think Leinster in Dublin at Croke Park with 82,000 people there, it's just going to be too much for them. But again, fascinated to know what you think. Please do let me know. Please do like and subscribe. Um, and yeah, enjoy the matches and look forward to seeing you on the next one.